Live from Washington, this is BBC News. First in the nation, the U.S. state of Iowa prepares to choose its Republican nominee for president. But as candidates conduct final campaigning in Iowa, deadly winter weather could depress turnout. And Ron DeSantis is set to skip New Hampshire's primary as he looks to gain steam, support, and funding after the Iowa caucuses. I'm Sumi Somaskanda. Thank you for joining us. The U.S. 2024 presidential race kicks off on Monday when Iowa Republicans hold caucus meetings to pick the party's nominee. Political analysts and the wider public will be particularly focused on who will lead the pack of Republican challengers and what the results in Iowa may suggest in the run-up to November. But it's not just in the United States where ballots are being cast. Polls are open in Taiwan, where voters are choosing a new president and parliament. The economy and education are key issues for voters, but one sobering issue looms large: how Taiwan should address the threat from China. As we know, it is election day in Taiwan. Hours ago, candidates held their last rallies before voting on the island's presidential election began. As we heard there, Taiwan addressing the threat from China is one issue dominating the election, and on the ballot is Taiwan's current vice president, William Lai of the ruling DPP. He's vowing to strengthen the island's ties with other democracies. The opposition party candidate, Hu Yuli of the KMT, says he will push for more dialogue with Beijing. The upstart TPP, led by Ko Wen-je, is seeking a middle ground and gaining traction with younger voters. From Taipei, our Rupert Wingfield-Hayes reports.
Taiwan elections are noisy, boisterous affairs. The island's democracy is still young, and enthusiasm for voting is palpable. In front of the presidential building in Taipei, supporters of the ruling DPP are hoping for an unprecedented third presidential term. Young voters told me they want to send a message to Beijing that Taiwan is nothing like China.
In Taiwan, we can, stand for our rights. We can on the street and we express our opinion. We can vote for president. We can have many different voices. No matter if you are support government or not. But in China, you can be only one voice.
There is nothing like this in China. This is what sets Taiwan apart. People here are free to choose their own leaders. They are proud of their democracy, but they also fear it's now under threat from China like never before.
Across town, the opposition KMT is holding its own huge rally. The party's presidential candidate says a third term for the DPP would be a disaster that could lead the island to war with China. If elected, he says he will open a peace dialogue with Beijing.
We prefer to get along with them peacefully, right? So our economics can be improved. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, we don't want our young people to be requested to get into the war.
They may differ on how to manage the threat from Beijing, but both the major parties in Taiwan agree on one thing. Neither of them wants unification with China. Rupert Wingfield-Hayes, BBC News in Taipei.